third round of the Challenge Cup, the sad affairs with Nicho Hynes, and the NRL is back. Eels vs Storm preview. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you've seen and if you want to continue seeing more. Also, please remember that I'm running a promotion on Buy Me the Coffee. Anything that you can donate to buy me a coffee, that'd be fantastic. The money will not go to that drink, it will go to the betterment of Rugby League. It's up to you guys if you want to donate if you want, but I would love it if you're able to participate. Anyway, let's begin with the show. And we are less than 24 hours out from the start of the NRL season for 2023, and we see one team that was underperforming, one that achieved their minimum goals of reaching the NRL Grand Final in 2022. That is, the Parramatta Eels will host the Melbourne Storm in what is the first game of the season. It is going to be shown early in the morning in the UK, and we will look forward to that when the game comes about. So heavyweights Parramatta and Melbourne launched the 2023 NRL Telstra season on Thursday, with all eyes on the two clubs who many predicted could slide this year. The Eels are coming off a grand final defeat to the Panthers in October and look strong in their pre-season challenge win over Newcastle, with Josh Hodgson slitting in the dummy half role alongside Premier halves Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown. On the Storm side, Craig Brown faces perhaps his biggest challenge in his new look squad, perhaps of his tenure with the Storm as well, with his new look squad back to a premiership threat after a first week finals exit in 2022. That's the hope anyway for all Storm fans and players. Bellamy has lost as a host of new players, while the uncertainty around Ryan Papenhuyzen's return this season presents a big hurdle to overcome for at least the first half of the year. The clashes between both clubs in recent seasons have been fiery, with the ones to open up the year expected to offer just as much, with each team looking to get off to a good start. So the teams are in. These are subject to change with an hour to go, but with a 9 AM kickoff in the UK, here's what the Eels and Storm are going to look like on Thursday, the 2nd of March. So with the home side first, winger Bailey Simonson drops out of the side on Wednesday after initially being named to return from a shoulder injury he suffered in the grand final. His place will be taken by Isaac Lume, who joined the Eels on a training trial deal this year. The other players to drop out of the extended squad 24 hours before kickoff were Ofahiki Ogden and Mitch Rain. Waka Blake, Matt Dory, Bryce Cartwright have all been named, but Sean Lane, Nathan Brown and Ryan Matterson are all sidelined. Lane with a broken jaw, Nathan Brown with a hamstring injury, and Ryan Matterson suspended. Dory is part of a new look back row combination that includes former Panthers Jermaine Hopgood, while ex-Raider Josh Hodgson plays his first game in NRL for the club at hooker. And for the Storm, plenty of changes for Craig Bellamy's side, with Ryan Papenhuyzen unavailable for 8 weeks of the competition, and several key departures including the Bromwich brothers and Felice Kafusi. Winger Will Warbrick and second rower Trent Loeo have been rewarded for strong trial form with starting spots. Tyron Wishart is the bench utility, joined on the interchange bench by the versatile Chris Lewis, late bloomer Jordan Grant, and youngster Alec McDonald. Veterans Eric Sims and Tepri Morara are both sidelined. Joe Chan, Tuiloivi Falogo, and Jonah Perze came off the extended bench when the squad was trimmed on Thursday. So what's my prediction for tomorrow's game? Well, I think Storm will win it. There is much change in the squad, but the core is there with Jerome Hughes, Cameron Munster pulling the strings, and he might just get one over Brown and Moses. There's still uncertainty around Moses' contract yet, so we'd have to see what goes on. It will be a little bit closer than you think, possibly 28 points to 16 to the Storm. As we see the New Zealand Warriors and Newcastle Knights face each other on Friday in the opening game of that day, with the Penrith Panthers facing the Brisbane Broncos, as it's an opening day home game for the NRL two-time champions. Manly Sea Eagles face the Canterbury Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are looking at big things in the 2023 season, as they have invested heavily, started to produce a decent team. North Queensland Cowboys go up against the Raiders on Saturday in the second game, while the third game sees Cronulla Sharks versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Sunday closes down the action with the Dolphins making their bow in Rugby League's top tier against the Sydney Roosters. The final game of the weekend sees us come across the West Tigers and the Gold Coast Titans. Due to the new 17-team season, the St George Illawarra Dragons get the week off. While rugby league fans up and down Australia and New Zealand are getting excited and players are getting tough and ready, and coaches and staff are all bracing for a hectic 2023 season, Nicho Hynes of the Cronulla Sharks says he's enduring the toughest time of his life as the 2022 Daily M medalist fights for his chance to play in Cronulla's opening game of the season. Hynes is racing the clock to be fit to face South Sydney at the PointsBet Stadium on Saturday night after straining calf muscle in training last week, and looms as a 50-50 prospect. But the superstar halfback's physical pain pales in comparison to the mental torment of his mother being prisoned, with Hynes on Monday indicating she'd been unjustly dealt with. The Daily Mail in Australia revealed on January the 30th that Julie Hynes, who's 50 years old and in the centre there, was facing trial for unknowingly supplying heroin after a family friend accidentally overdosed on the drug in her house. Hynes said he was standing by his mum every step of the way. Speaking on the first time since his mother's revelation and court cases, Hynes said, "Everyone's going to have their opinion on the story and they're going to react the way they want to react, but I'm going to stand by my mum every step of the way in this and be there for her," he told reporters at Sharks Park. "I'll visit her whatever happens. I don't think was the right outcome. You can't really judge on that, but there's no way in the world that I'm going to leave her high and dry now. She needs the support, and I need my support. I'll get my support, she'll get her support, and I'm going to be there for her. Come sentencing day, I'll probably say a little bit more, and hopefully we'll get a better outcome then. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I've got a job to do here for Sharks, and I've a job to do as a role model to inspire the next generation of people, and that's what I'm here to do." Hynes and his mum are clearly close, as she's always there at every game that Nicho plays in as best as she can. Now that is moved to Cronulla. She was his invitee when he picked up the 2022 Daily M Award. Up front in the large scrum at Sharks Park, Hynes said it's no secret it is a challenging time. It's probably been the toughest time of my life. He was clearly annoyed, as he stated in the comments, especially the way that I've just been spoken about in the media and seen my mum getting dragged through the media and the way people reacted to it, he said. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I deal with it the best I can, and I put things in place so I can deal with it. I spoke to her and she's alright, and I'm doing the best she can too. The popular playmaker says that he's received immense support not only from the Sharks, Coach Fitzgibbon and his teammates, but also the general public too. Fitzgibbon wanted to pull Hynes out of this month's All-Star clash with the Maori All-Stars at Rotorua, but the 26-year-old instead collected the Preston Campbell medal as the man of the match in his side's 28 points to 24 win. All I wanted to do was go to the All-Stars and go and play to the best of my ability. The whole reason of the All-Stars is to inspire the next generation of Indigenous kids, Maori kids, and even Australian kids, Hynes said. They see the way that we play and how we react to certain things, and there's a lot of young Indigenous kids probably walking the same line that I'm walking through. They might have parents in prison, they might not have parents at all, and might struggle. So hopefully I could inspire at least one kid by going and playing my best and winning that game of footy. I was just lucky enough that I got that medal, and that was for all the little kids out there who struggle like I have. Up as Monday saw us find out who plays who in the Challenge Cup Round 3. It was made on the BBC iPlayer, and it's knocked up some brilliant ties for the 2023 third round. The results on Saturday saw round 3 bring in the championship sides to the draw, meaning that there are some huge teams entering into the pot, but there's still plenty of amateur sides in there too. This weekend saw the round 2 conclude, and there were some major teams knocked out, with perhaps the highlight of the round going to Rochdale Mayfield, who knocked out League One Cornwall. It was the first ever televised professional game from Cornwall as well, and it kept the theme of the Challenge Cup making history, as the first round tie being the first ever time that Edinburgh received television coverage for this year's tournament. There were 12 community sides remaining in the pot, and 2 face off against each other, with Lee Miners Rangers of the North National Conference League Premier hosting the Rochdale Mayfield side. The draw took place at Featherstone Rovers Stadium, and Shorlong's Men were the first team out of the hat and were drawn alongside fellow championship side Halifax Panthers. Amateur side York Acorn have a difficult task ahead of them to go to Odsal and face Bradford Bulls, who will be looking to lift the trophy for the first time since 2003. Third round ties will take place over the weekend of March the 11th and 12th, with details of each respective game being announced in the coming days. The draw below sees some tasty morsels, and it could be a first ever television draw in the next one, with West Warriors receiving Widnes Vikings as the Southern Conference side. They get the championship side as their competition going into the next round. Doncaster versus Workington is another League One. It's another League One versus Championship game, with the Dons looking to overcome their higher league rivals. West Common get the reward of a home draw as they face Hunslet ARLFC. excuse me, tongue twister. Dewsbury Rams face Rochdale Hornets, while Siddle gets Sheffield Eagles. And Sheffield Eagles are doing quite well in the Championship this time around. Oral St James reward for vanquishing Dublin City sees them face off against Midlands Hurricanes. Batley Bulldogs get a home draw against Wathbrow Hornets, while Thatto Heath Crusaders face North Wales Crusaders. Be a tough one for Thatto Heath. I expect North Wales to come through after they beat another community side 70 points to 0 in the first round. Hunslet's professional side goes against Keighley Cougars of the Championship, which was a League One draw last year, which Keighley came out victors. York Knights get a home draw against West Bowling. Stanley get a home draw against Newcastle Thunder, while London Broncos face Whitehaven. And the final draw of the round sees the Swinton Lions visit Barrow Raiders. It's going to be an interesting draw, but tell me in the comments, is there any shocks on the card here? And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as it's open for business. But please, please, please be respectful in everything that you say on the comments. There is a lot to go through. What NRL game are you looking forward to for this season? Kicks off 7:30 in the morning in the UK. It's going to be interesting to watch, and we're going to watch it with some glee. More rugby league the better. There's 12 games on throughout Thursday to Monday, so if you're able to, sit down and enjoy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.